If you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description and you'll find items such as this, a soy story. So this is really interesting. I saw the Clownfish covered this and I really want to look into a little bit more. But apparently, according to Deadline here, Dolph Lundgren and Sylvester Stallone are going to make an action drama series called The International. Now, this is what's really being talked about. It's this quote right here. The show starring Lundgren and executive produced by Stallone hails from Tony Krantz Flame Ventures. According to sources, the project was sold in the room at all three broadcast networks it was pitched to this week, Fox, CBS, and NBC, and also drew interest from the two streamers it was taken to, Netflix and Apple. And then right here, this is kind of cryptic. Because of ABC's renewed focus on female-focused fare, the network was the only one of the big four not to hear the pitch. So this doesn't say outright that Disney wasn't interested. It just says they weren't there. So were they just not, we're not going to show up because it's not starring Whammon then. So it's kind of cryptic. Going any further kind of delves into tinfoil stuff. But we're going to go ahead and do that anyway. Because speculation is fun. So let's have some fun and go through this article. Disney turns down Sylvester Stallone series because it's not Whammon focused. And I find this really funny. I've made this point so many times and I'm going to make it again. Anime and manga, one of the reasons you see growth in those areas is because over in Japan, when they're going to tell a story, they don't worry about hitting check boxes, who's getting left out, let's put one thing over the other. They just tell the story. And the story is king. And that's what leads to money. They don't worry about any of this garbage. Disney, though, sure has been worrying about it. If you want to get the in-depth analysis, go watch like Geeks and Gamers or EVS. And you'll see all those Star Wars videos where they literally show and break down all of the stuff that's going on. Now, I didn't like The Last Jedi. I didn't like Solo either. Those movies crapped all over the original movies, and it was really clear that they had something going on in those movies. I mean, the fact that in Solo, what's the name of the love interest that he had? I forget her name, but it was from Daenerys. The actress who plays Daenerys is in it. And I remember all of a sudden Solo's going to get beaten down, and then all of a sudden she steps up and saves the day. It's like, what is going on here? And then in The Last Jedi, you had like all of the leaders of the rebellion were ladies, and all of the men were following them around with like clipboards and stuff. It's like, I see what you're doing. I love that they had the leader of the rebellion had purple hair too. That was the real icing on the cake. But I totally do believe that something's going on here, and I find it believable that they just said, forget about ABC, because this Whammon focus does appear to be what they want to do. I mean, all you have to do is look at the Phase 4 timeline, and you can kind of see that something's going on here. Not just in the Whammon category, but in wokeness in general. So you see Black Widow. That movie I was looking forward to until I saw what the director was saying about it. Like, we're not going to have weapons in it. It's like, oh boy. How do you mess up Black Widow? You literally just copy and paste the Jason Bourne formula, put it into a movie, boom, you've got an instant money-making hit. But it's like, no, we're going to tell a message. Ugh. That's exactly where Phase 4 is going in general, by the way, because you can see it. Eternals, what'd they do? They swapped a bunch of the characters out. WandaVision, Whammon-focused. Actually, that show might be decent. We'll see. Loki, I don't know. I'm here they're going to make some changes on that. Then we get to Hawkeye. Hawkeye is misleading because it's not about Clint. It's about Kate Bishop taking over the mantle. Then we got the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which admittedly I was kind of excited about till I heard the plot, which is they don't want Sam taking up the mantle, as in the government doesn't want Sam becoming Captain America. Oh boy, we already know what themes are going to happen there. Shang-Chi, don't know anything about it. He's kind of like a B-level character. I'm surprised that they're even bringing him into a movie. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness will probably be a good movie. What If, I hear, is going to be doing a little bit of swapping. One of the storylines I hear that's going to happen in the What If animated series is Peggy Carter is going to take up the mantle of Captain America. That's right. A British woman is going to become Captain America. This was actually in the Exiles comic book storyline recently. It's a very, very trash book. But that's the kind of stuff that's going on there. And then Thor Love and Thunder. I mean, that speaks for itself, doesn't it? And what I find really funny about all this whole direction that they're taking the MCU and the way Disney's going with a lot of their stuff, is this is a proven way to lose money. But if anybody's got money to lose, it's Disney. So, let's see what happens here, huh? This is going to be a trash fire. But anyway, we're getting off focus here. Let's take a look at what this article has to say a little bit. As if we needed any more evidence about Disney's crazy path and things, it is learned that ABC Network turned down the opportunity to hear a pitch about an upcoming Dolph Lundgren and Sylvester Stallone action drama series because it wasn't women focused. Now, we don't know necessarily if they turned it down or if they didn't even bother to pitch to them. That wasn't confirmed, so I'm going to put that on there as like I don't know, I can't say for sure. But word comes from Deadline of all places about ABC passing on the project because it is not women focused. Because of ABC's renewed focus, we read over that. As the blurb mentioned, this isn't something new as Disney and ABC are renewing their focus on this. So the description is that the International offers that Lundgren will star and that Stallone will executive produce and possibly direct, which will be written by drama veteran Ken Sanzel, Reef Break Numbers. We see that Disney doesn't appear to like that. The series stars Lundgren as a covert operative at the Department of Safety and Security at the UN. He described as a secret special agent and a one-man SWAT team and hostage negotiator. Now, to be fair, this sounds kind of over the top and cheesy and something that, we've seen time and time again. But I will say that some of the stuff Stallone does has been kind of hit or miss. Take, for example, that latest Rocky spinoff, Apollo. What is that? I didn't even watch it. Creed. It looked terrible. I didn't watch it. I didn't hear good things at all about it. But the Rambo movie that's coming out, that looks really good. I'm really pumped for that, actually. This sounds like something from the 80s. I can't say that this would be... I don't even watch much TV anymore. But I'm sure that there's an audience for this. This would probably be a decent little hit, especially if you can get Stallone and Langdon to come in and do the show together. That'd be like some Rocky IV vibes in some way. And I'm sure they would retool it. I don't think this works without Sly working with him, to be honest. So even if the series was the best show ever, we see that Disney didn't even bother to learn anything about it simply because it stars Dolph Lundgren. More than likely, if the series was starring a woman, they would have heard the pitch. We don't know. We don't even really know why they turned it down. This is some reaching, but to be fair, Disney has shown where their future is. I mean, take a look at, we just talked about the MCU, but look what they're doing with the MCU. Okay, you're taking a money-making franchises anyway, a whole industry of movies, and you're going to go ahead and take it down some weird, awoken road now, which is a proven disaster. That the road they want to go down never makes any money. But hey, they're all in on it. So, I find it believable that the reason that they didn't want to hear this is because it's just some big high-tea guy show. So they make some good points right here that kind of back up the argument, and I like them and agree with a lot of them. All the Disney Star Wars dudes are buffoons or bad guys, which is 100% true, which is why the franchise failed with The Last Jedi, which is currently in dire straits. Toy Story 4 follows a similar theme, which is true, and the Kevin Feige Marvel movies are now on par for some of the same course because, well, look at what he's doing with Brie Larson and Captain Marvel. He's openly stated that Brie Larson is basically the new Captain America, and I don't know how it's going to work out. X-Men are outdated simply because it includes men as part of the word. That's been stated by the producer of Marvel Studios, Victoria Alonso. So I don't find a lot of this too tinfoily because it makes sense. It does seem to be where Disney is going. It makes sense that they would turn it down from this, but I just find it funny that they didn't even want to hear the pitch. So, I don't know. Do you think there's another reason? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you're still subscribed. Make sure if you're new, you subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Also, check out the links in the description, especially to my Twitch. Trying to build that platform up. We are almost to 1,000, so I'd appreciate it if you go over there and check it out. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.